Jared Cannonier and Nassourdine Imavov both look to continue their winning ways this weekend in Louisville for UFC Fight Night Cannonier versus Imavov. Stick around to hear my official prediction and thoughts on the main event, for finally we're getting some crowded fight nights. So stick around to hear my thoughts. I'm Wyatt, and this is Fight Society. Alrighty guys, so this weekend it goes down in Louisville. We are finally getting out of the Apex. Seems like for good, not all the time, because they do have Perez and Tyra in the Apex next weekend. But we are getting away from the Apex. We're not there every weekend anymore, which is nice. Jared Cannonier is coming off of 2 wins, a split decision win over Sean Strickland and a win over Marvin Vettori. In his last 2 fights, Imavov has a no contest against Chris Curtis and a win over Roman Dolidze, where he looked fantastic. Now, both of these guys are looking to push towards a title shot. Neither of them are going to get a title shot with a win here, but potentially into a title eliminator fight or a #1 contenders fight after a win here. Now, Imavov is a fantastic striker. He is slightly dangerous on the ground, but much more of a long, rangy striker. And Jared Cannonier is more well-rounded. He finished Derek Brunson on the ground, but he can win a striking battle against he has beat some of the better strikers. He has beat Sean Strickland. He has beat Marvin Vettori, who's not a great striker, but he is extremely well-rounded. Now, this matchup is going to, I think, take place mostly on the feet, which plays in favor of Imavov. But if Jared Cannonier can get that fight to the ground, I think that he could finish Imavov on the ground or dominate to a decision. Imavov looked absolutely fantastic against Dolidze. Dolidze is not as competent on the striking department as Cannonier is. Cannonier has good boxing with some good kicks, but Imavov cooks on the feet. And I think that's what it's going to come down to. If Cannonier is smart, I think he takes this fight to the ground, goes for a finish on the ground, potentially grind it out for a wrestling type of decision win if he really wants to play it smart, even though it wouldn't be the most fan-friendly type of fight. But if this fight stays on the feet, I think that the range and the striking capabilities of Imavov are going to come into play. The front kicks to the body, roundhouse kicks to the body, and the long, rangy jab that Imavov likes to throw. He is very good at keeping fighters at distance. And you saw Roman Dolidze get very frustrated when he couldn't get Imavov down, even though Imavov did throw some little dicey downed kicks against Dolidze. But Imavov is definitely better on the feet than Jared Cannonier. And I think that if he keeps this fight at range, that Jared Cannonier is going to have a tough night out, because Jared Cannonier is one of those fighters where they'll kind of accept a loss as it gets away from them. You know, Sean Strickland isn't like the hardest fight in the world. It doesn't become a huge grudge match, but you can Jared Cannonier can get lulled into a loss. Like against Izzy, he looked frustrated that he couldn't figure it out on the feet and couldn't take Izzy down. And he kind of just coasted to a decision loss against Izzy, which is what Izzy did to a lot of people. Now, I don't think that Imavov is a Israel Adesanya level striker, but I do think that he definitely has a little bit more urgency on the feet than somebody like Sean Strickland, and he is capable on the ground. Now, I think that if Imavov can land leg kicks, front kicks to the body, and jabs, that Cannonier is going to kind of just take it. And keep in mind, Jared Cannonier is coming off of a knee injury. He was actually supposed to be rumored to be Khamzat's replacement opponent at UFC 294, where Paulo Costa pulled out and Khamzat ended up fighting Usman. But the rumor was that Cannonier accepted that fight and then tore his ACL like the day that he accepted that fight. So Cannonier is coming back from a little bit of an injury. I think that Imavov has been more active, and I think that he is going to be able to keep this fight at range. Like I mentioned, jabs, front kicks to the body and low kicks, defend the takedown, keep it on the feet, and I think he's going to coast to a decision win against Jared Cannonier. So my official prediction for UFC Fight Night, Imavov versus Cannonier, is that Nassourdine Imavov is going to win a 48-47 or a 49-46 decision and move on to a top 5 opponent. So let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Who do you have in the main event this weekend? Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you want access to extra content aside from my regular videos, click the link in the description down below to become a channel member and get access to members-only live streams and other bonus perks. Or click the join button on our channel homepage. And if you're interested in some non-MMA content from me, check out my weekly podcast, the Hissyfit podcast, and check out my personal channel, Wyatt's World. I'll have them both linked in the description down below. Go watch this suggested video, and I'll see you next time.